guys in? Or is it different grade?
You're going to ninth.
You going to ninth? Okay. How many ninth graders? How about older or younger after that? Eighth grade? Eighth grade? Okay. Okay, good. It just gives me a feel for what you might be interested in hearing about. I think about myself when I was that age, about to go into high school and going into eighth grade. So thank you guys so much for coming today. We really appreciate having you and you guys taking on the Daimler Challenge to build the school bus of the future, or design the school bus of the future. So today, this is what I want to talk to you guys about. I'll give you a little bit of an introduction to myself, and then I want to talk about the importance of differentiation, performance, and challenge, and then give you an opportunity to get any clarifications or that you may have. And you know, it's not rocket science, it's just a lot of hard work. So let me tell you a little bit about me. I'm the oldest of 4 children. I'm married. My husband's name is Thomas. I have 3 children, Grant, Hillary, and Channer, 8, soon to be 7, and 2. I'm a Christian. I love my family. I love to travel personally. I enjoy public speaking. I like politics, or at least the idea of politics, writing, cultures, and languages. And in the past, I've taken Spanish, German, and Mandarin. Everybody know what Mandarin is? I'm actually taking on a new role shortly, and I'll be moving to Portland, Oregon. So in my personal future, I plan to get settled in Portland. I want to take a vacation with my husband, which is proving to be quite challenging right now, but my goal is to take some vacation the week of the 4th of July. One day, I would love to go to outer space. I want to go to the moon, and I believe that it'll be possible in my lifetime for commercial travel to outer space, and I'm going to have my money ready to do it.
Save up now.
Before I came to Daimler, I used to work with General Motors in Michigan. I had a slew of engineering jobs, don't worry about that. And now I'm here running school buses with engineering. I have a Bachelor's of Science in Mechanical Engineering from Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, which is in New York, upstate New York, not New York City. I have a Master's of Science in Engineering from Purdue University, which is in Indiana. I have a Master's of Arts in Management from Harvard University in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And I also studied abroad in Singapore, which is in Southeast Asia. It's a majority Chinese culture country. And for my professional future, I plan to conquer the heavy-duty vocational truck platform, which is what I'm going to be running. I would like to get my CDL license and potentially relearn German, because if you don't use something, you lose it. So I don't really remember much German except for we can talk, which is good afternoon. Here are a few pictures. I like to share pictures. That's my husband and I at the top left at Thomas Built Bus's 100-year anniversary celebration. We had a huge blowout party. It was a black tie affair. We had a great time. That's my family. My husband and I, Grant, Hillary, and Channer on the upper right. And then that's my work below. So I think that you need to bring your whole self into whatever you're doing. And you know, I don't really believe in separation of work and personal. I try to bring my whole self to everything. So that's me. So now that you know about me, let's move on to what's important, which is you. And so what do I want you to know? I want you to know that it is important to differentiate yourself. And what does that mean? That means you should dare to be different. You should stand out from the crowd. And if I think about myself, probably when I was 13 or 14 years old, people didn't really want to be different. Everybody wanted to kind of be the same, and everybody liked the same music, and everybody liked the same things. But it's important to be different when you're naturally yourself. And what that means is that God gave each of you unique, wonderful things that are special about only you. Nobody nobody else can do what you can do. And we need your contributions in society. So you have to figure out, what are your strengths? What are things that are important to you? What are your values? What do you bring to the table? And bring it. Don't be afraid that it's different. Don't cower to your peers. Be yourself. And being yourself, being uniquely you, that's beautiful. Not only is it beautiful, it is a contribution to society that nobody else can deliver but you. If you're not going to be you, who else can? And we need what you have to offer to make society a better place. So how can you differentiate yourself? Some ways that I chose to try and differentiate myself was, for example, when I was in high school, I wanted to go to a college that was different. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I went to a public high school in Detroit, Michigan. And when it came time to go to college, all of my peers were going to University of Michigan. Almost all of them. If you could get in, you were going. And I said, I don't want to go to U of M just like everybody else. And don't get me wrong, U of M is a fabulous school. It's an excellent school. I just wanted to be different. So I decided to go to New York. I got into U of M. I told U of M, no, thank you, and went to New York. And it was an awesome decision for me. It was a great place. It was a new experience. It got me out of my comfort zone. It got me away from mom and dad, which was nice. And being the oldest of 4 children, I was like a surrogate mother. My mom worked. She worked all day. And so I used to run the house. You know, I used to clean. I used to take care of the kids. I used to discipline. And it was nice to have that distance to be able to actually get away and learn more about myself. So I chose to be different by going to a different school. And maybe you can make that same decision with high school. Or maybe you can do it with your courses. When I was in high school, I took challenging coursework. I did things like making sure that I could get to calculus by the time that I graduated. It wasn't easy. It had to be planned. I mean, I had to double up on my math one year. I took geometry and algebra 2 both in the same year in order to accomplish that. But I wanted to be different. Maybe you could be different by joining student government in high school, or playing sports, taking on a leadership role in cheerleading, anything, any of those things. Once you get to college, which I know you all will do, it's important to make sure that you're doing internships and co-ops. Maybe take a summer job while you're in high school. But an internship and a co-op will set you apart from your peers. When I was in high school, junior year, one of my high school classmates just disappeared. They just disappeared for a whole year. And when they came back, I said, what are you doing here? I thought they just flunked out. That's what I thought. I went to a stringent school and a lot of people got weeded out. So I thought they flunked out. I said, oh, you're back. What happened? They said, oh, I spent a year in France. I was like, wow, you spent a year in France? How awesome is that? So I thought, I'd like to go somewhere. So when I got to college, I decided, where can I go? And I ended up going to Singapore. But consider that. Can you do an international exchange, even in high school? I have a classmate that did it in high school. But and that set her apart. She learned French. It made her look different. I'm certain it helped with her college applications. What can you do to differentiate yourself? Study abroad. Take leadership roles. Do you guys participate in any sports? Yeah? Be captain of the team. How about any clubs? Anybody do any clubs? Yeah? Or junior achievement. Have you guys heard of junior achievement? Things like that. Stand out from the crowd. Involve yourself in extracurricular activities. Volunteer. I used to volunteer at a homeless shelter. I used to watch their children so that they could go on job interviews. I used to help clean up their houses so that they could take a break. I used to help serve food. All of those things build your character. All of those things help you to be different. So dare to be different. Perform. And what I think you guys say these days is slay. So, what does that mean? It means deliver results. Slay. Hustle harder. I have a shirt, and I've never worn it at work, but I have a shirt. Detroit hustles harder. I'm from Detroit. I saw that shirt and I said, that speaks to me. I work hard. Yes, I hustle harder. You have to hustle harder than everybody else. You have to do your absolute best. And what does that mean? It means every time you do anything, bring it, slay, give 120%. Study. When I was young, about your age, school came really easy for me. I didn't study. I didn't know how to study. I just got good grades. But at a certain point in your life, things will change. The older you get, the more challenging things you try, some stuff won't come easy. So you have to learn how to work strategically, work hard, train smartly, take small chunks. If you have a big elephant, if in college they say you have to read these 50 pages of engineering work in a week, take 10 pages a week. 50 might sound daunting, but 10 sounds reasonable. Do 10 pages on Monday, 10 on Tuesday, 10 on Wednesday. If you're struggling with your class, work with your peers. Get in study groups. Work together. Form teams. It's fun. It makes learning fun, and then you have fun, and you do a better job, and then you'll all have paid. Go to the teacher for help after school. Especially in college. Once you get to college, teachers have office hours. And then they have teaching assistants who have office hours. Go to those office hours. Make sure your teachers know you, know your name, know your faces, because they'll give you special consideration. Oh, well, she used to come to my office hours at least once a week or every 2 weeks, so I know she's working hard. And if you're borderline, they'll give you the benefit of the doubt. That's building relationships, and also helping you to perform. One of my mottos is work hard and play hard. So you can't just play hard, but you have to work hard too. You have to slay. This is the Daimler Challenge. And so I thought it was befitting to say to you guys that it's important to challenge yourselves. It's very important. Because when you challenge yourself, you grow. You grow as a person. When you grow, you get better. You get better, you get better, and better, and better. And who doesn't want to be the best they can possibly be? We all do, right? If you are too comfortable, you're not improving. You're not growing. If the work is too easy, try and take a more challenging course. One thing I want you to also know is that it's okay to fail. If you've never failed in life, first of all, you all have. The first time you ever tried to crawl or walk, you fell. That's a failure, but that's okay, because you know what you did? What'd you do? You got back up. You got back up. And you probably fell again. But guess what you did? You got back up again. Until anybody crawling around here? Or you all walking? You all walking? Awesome. Right now I'm trying to get my son to use the potty, my 2-year-old to use the potty. You want to talk about failing? But you know what? I guarantee you he will not be 5 still wetting on himself, okay? So it's okay to have failures. It's not okay to give up. You don't give up on yourself. You don't quit. You are too important. You are too special. You have to persevere. Challenges are important because it builds who you're going to be, and it helps you maximize your full potential. So don't be too comfortable. If you're too comfortable, it's time to try something more challenging. So I'm so proud of you guys for taking on this Daimler Challenge to build the bus of the future. With that, is there anything that you would like me to clarify for you that I've discussed today, or anything in general at all about my background or some of the thoughts that I shared with you?
Questions in your notebook. We went over these. Keep referring back to our notebooks.
You guys have questions?
Yes. What's your name?
Jada.
Jada? Hi, Jada.
Hi. What are you planning to retire?
Oh. I have to read